Cancer loves acid.
Welcome to Reviews Goal. I'm so glad you're here today because we're talking about a subject that's close to my heart, your health. More specifically, we're diving into a crucial topic, the 9 worst foods that could be quietly feeding cancer cells in your body. Now, I'm not here to scare you, but to empower you. Knowledge is power, and understanding the link between our diet and our health is empowering. We all deserve to live long, healthy lives, and by being mindful of what we put into our bodies, we can significantly stack the odds in our favor. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover these sneaky culprits lurking in your pantry and refrigerator. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your engagement helps this vital information reach others who need it. First on our list is processed meats. Now, I know many of us enjoy a juicy hot dog at a barbecue or a couple of strips of crispy bacon with breakfast, but these guilty pleasures could come at a cost. We're talking sausages, hot dogs, bacon, deli meats, all those savory staples that are unfortunately packed with salt and often contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. These preservatives, while they keep the meat looking fresh and appealing, are the real troublemakers. Inside our bodies, nitrates and nitrites can be converted into compounds called nitrosamines, which have been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer.
Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a sausage again, but moderation is key. Think of these processed meats as occasional treats rather than everyday staples. And when you do indulge, try to choose brands that are nitrate-free and lower in sodium. There are healthier options out there. Remember, our goal is to nourish our bodies, not to feed disease. By making conscious choices about the foods we eat, we can take control of our health and reduce our cancer risk.
Next up, we have sugary drinks, and this category goes far beyond just soda. We're talking about those deceptively sweet fruit juices, sports drinks marketed as healthy, sweetened teas, and even fancy coffee drinks loaded with syrups and whipped cream. These beverages are essentially sugar bombs disguised in enticing packaging. The problem with sugar is that it sends our blood sugar levels on a roller coaster ride, leading to energy crashes, cravings, and over time, insulin resistance.
And here's the scary part. High sugar intake is strongly linked to obesity, which is a known risk factor for several types of cancer, including breast, colon, and pancreatic cancer. But it's not just about weight gain. Sugar essentially feeds cancer cells, providing them with the energy they need to multiply and spread. So by cutting back on sugary drinks, you're not just doing your waistline a favor, you're starving potential cancer cells of their fuel. Now, I understand that kicking a sugar habit can be tough, so start by swapping out those sugary culprits with healthier alternatives. Water is always your best bet, but you can also enjoy unsweetened tea, sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, or even homemade fruit-infused water for a touch of natural sweetness.
Another food group to be mindful of is refined carbohydrates. These are essentially processed grains stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals, leaving behind empty calories that wreak havoc on our blood sugar levels. We're talking about white bread, white rice, pastries, sugary cereals, and many processed snack foods. These refined carbs are digested quickly, leading to those dreaded blood sugar spikes and crashes I mentioned earlier.
And just like with sugary drinks, these constant fluctuations in blood sugar can increase your risk of insulin resistance, weight gain, and ultimately, cancer. But here's the good news. Not all carbs are created equal. Instead of refined carbs, opt for whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oats, and whole wheat bread. These complex carbohydrates provide sustained energy, keep you feeling fuller for longer, and are packed with nutrients that support overall health. Remember, making small, sustainable changes to your diet can have a big impact on your long-term health and well-being.
Chapter 4: Fried Foods, a Crispy Path to Trouble.
Let's talk about fried foods. Those crispy, golden brown temptations that are often hard to resist. But before you reach for another French fry, it's important to understand the potential risks lurking beneath that delicious exterior.
Fried foods are typically cooked in large amounts of oil, often at high temperatures. This process creates harmful compounds called trans fats, which have been linked to heart disease, stroke, and yes, even cancer. Trans fats increase inflammation in the body, and chronic inflammation is a key driver of many chronic diseases, including cancer.
Now, I'm not suggesting you swear off fried foods entirely, but making them an occasional indulgence rather than a regular part of your diet can make a world of difference. Instead of deep frying, try healthier cooking methods like baking, grilling, roasting, or stir-frying. These methods allow you to enjoy flavorful meals without the added fat and harmful compounds.
Remember, your body is your temple. Treat it with respect and nourish it with wholesome foods that promote health and vitality.
Chapter 5. Alcohol moderation is key.
Don't forget about alcohol. While a glass of red wine is often touted for its potential health benefits, excessive alcohol consumption is a known carcinogen, meaning it can increase your risk of cancer. We're talking about cancers of the mouth, throat, esophagus, liver, breast, and colon, just to name a few.
Alcohol disrupts our bodies in numerous ways. It damages our cells' DNA, impairs our body's ability to break down and remove carcinogens, and increases estrogen production, which can fuel the growth of certain types of breast cancer.
Now, I understand that many people enjoy a drink socially, and I'm not suggesting that you need to abstain entirely. However, moderation is key. For women, that means no more than 1 alcoholic drink per day, and for men, no more than 2. And remember, even moderate alcohol consumption carries some risk, so it's always best to err on the side of caution.
If you're concerned about your alcohol intake, talk to your doctor. They can help you assess your risk and provide guidance on reducing your consumption.
Chapter 6. Red meat friend or foe?
Red meat, a staple in many diets around the world, is another food group that requires careful consideration when it comes to cancer risk. While red meat can be a good source of protein and iron, high consumption, especially of processed red meats like bacon and sausage, has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer.
One reason for this link may be the way red meat is cooked. Cooking meat at high temperatures such as grilling or frying can create carcinogenic compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs.
So what's the solution? Well, it's not necessarily about eliminating red meat entirely, but rather about moderation and making healthier choices. Limit your intake of red meat to no more than 18 ounces per week, and choose leaner cuts whenever possible. When cooking red meat, opt for lower heat methods like baking, stewing, or poaching to reduce the formation of HCAs and PAHs.
And remember, a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is your best defense against cancer and other chronic diseases. Chapter 8. Dairy products, a controversial connection.
Dairy products, milk, cheese, yogurt, are often touted for their calcium and protein content. But when it comes to cancer risk, the story becomes a bit more complicated. Some studies have suggested a potential link between high dairy consumption and an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly prostate cancer. The reasons for this potential link are not fully understood, but some researchers believe it may be related to the hormones found in dairy products, such as insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, which can promote cell growth and potentially fuel cancer development.
However, it's important to note that the research on dairy and cancer is mixed, and more studies are needed to confirm these findings. So, what does this mean for you? As always, moderation and balance are key. If you enjoy dairy products and choose to include them in your diet, do so in moderation. Opt for low-fat or fat-free options, and consider incorporating plant-based milk alternatives like almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk into your diet. As with any dietary concerns, it's always best to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian to determine what's best for your individual needs and health history.
Chapter 9. Fast food, a recipe for disaster.
In our fast-paced world, fast food has become a convenient and often tempting option. But these quick and easy meals often come at a hidden cost to our health. Fast food is typically loaded with unhealthy fats, sugars, sodium, and calories, all of which can contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and an increased risk of chronic diseases, including cancer. The high levels of processed meats, refined carbohydrates, and sugary drinks often found in fast food meals can create the perfect storm for cancer cell growth.
So, what can you do? While it's best to limit your fast food intake as much as possible, we understand that sometimes it's unavoidable. If you do find yourself at a fast food restaurant, try to make healthier choices. Opt for grilled chicken sandwiches instead of fried. Choose salads with grilled chicken or fish, and skip the sugary sodas in favor of water or unsweetened tea. Remember, every small step you take towards a healthier diet can make a big difference in your long-term health and well-being.
Your health, your choice.
The 6.5 environment, we need to be consuming 20% acid-forming foods and 80%, 70 to 80% alkaline-forming foods. And I'm sure you're not surprised to hear me say that the 20% should come from this section here.
Thanks for watching Reviews Goal. I hope this information empowers you to make healthier choices for yourself and your loved ones. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding the link between our diet and our health, we can take control of our well-being.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Your engagement helps us spread this vital information to others who need it. Stay healthy and informed.